Hey, welcome back, everyone, to Black and White Life Coaching. I'm Brad Richard, and we are back. It is Sunday afternoon for another video. Before we get started, I want to encourage all of you to like, share, and subscribe to the video and the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon down below so you're notified of future videos coming up. This week, I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible. And this video might get a little intense from my perspective because it's something that I'm very passionate about, and it's something that I feel very strongly about. So I want to encourage you to stay to the very end. We're going to start off kind of on a negative note, on a negative side, and we will finish the video on a much more positive ending. So just stay to the very end. But I don't want you to be turned off by the negativity up front. But I would encourage you to stay to the very end because at the end, I will wrap it up in a very positive fashion. So, with that being said, this week we are going to talk about why all the pain. And when I say why all the pain or ask that question, I'm referring to the pain that all of us see in society. Okay. People around us in our counties, our cities, our states, and even on a national level, on a whole nation level, there is a tremendous amount of pain out there in people, and it comes up or it surfaces. We see their pain based on their actions and behavior. Okay. I don't know about you, but I look at a lot of news stories. I see a lot of news stories about people um, behaving in ways that are very dark, obviously very painful, very emotional, and very unbalanced. Okay, and hopefully none of you are offended, but I want to be very straightforward with everyone. Um, what I'm talking about is stories such as police officers being charged with inappropriate behavior with a child, or coaches at high schools or elementary schools, um, being charged with inappropriate or sexually assaulting children. And then we have people that are making the news that are going around and shooting people and killing people, just random people. Okay. Um, and I don't want to inundate you with negative news stories, but because most of you have probably already read them or seen them. But uh, for me, in my community, in my state, it is unfortunately almost daily that I hear a story or read a story about somebody taking somebody else's life, somebody hurting a spouse or a girlfriend or a boyfriend. I hear about parents that are leaving children in cars unattended while they go shopping. Stories about parents leaving drugs in the home that are just out on the table where children can get to the drugs, causing major health issues and or death. And the stories are in my community or in my state, the stories are almost daily. Sometimes there's multiple stories each day. And when I look at the stories of the pedophilia, the child exploitation, the child abuse, the inappropriate behavior with children, from adults that are working in an industry where children are present, um, at law enforcement and teachers and coaches, and just even people in different churches and different religious organizations being involved in inappropriate behavior. along with the killing sprees, the active shooters, and such. Okay, that is the negative part of this video this Sunday. That's the negative part. I want to get into the positive part now, and this is just my opinion. This is my perspective. If you agree with it, that's fine. If you don't, that's okay too. But I want to give you my perspective on the negative, why all the pain in our society. My perspective is this, okay? All of the people that are behaving in this manner or acting out or doing these egregious things, they are all seeking a couple things. They're seeking control, they're seeking power, they're seeking a high, a euphoric state of strength and power and control of over other people, sometimes children or other adults. And these people are crying out. They're they're showing us that the level of pain they are feeling inside, their emptiness inside, must be catastrophic, must be a high level of pain and agony and escapism, okay, to do these atrocious actions and display these kind of behaviors. So when we look at that behavior and we look at it from the approach or from the perspective, my perspective on why all the pain, and I believe the answer is very simple. I believe it's black and white. These these folks are looking to fill an emptiness, looking to fill a void within themselves. They may have felt powerless, they may have felt victimized in the past, and they are repeating that cycle, but they're becoming the perpetrator. They are becoming the person to cause the pain instead of them being the victim. So for them, it is a sense of power, sense of control, sense of worth, as twisted as that sounds. It gives them a sense of worth or purpose and puts them in charge, puts them in a place of power and control outside of themselves. And they aren't allowing, okay, anyone to control or cause them pain anymore. And they're just continuing the cycle and taking out their pain on other people. Okay, that is my perspective on why all the pain. Next time you see a story or read a story about somebody behaving egregiously, ask yourself, wow, how much pain must this person be in? How delusional, how paranoid are they? How how disconnected are they from who they really are, from their little guy or their little gal? How disconnected are they from accepting themselves, that they have to go without or go outside of themselves to find power and to find control and to find dominance, to be dominating over other people. And so those negative stories leads us to all the different videos that I have done on the Black and White Life Coaching channel. And I ask all of you the question, if any of these people would have heard, seen, or even utilized any of the information I have provided on the Black and White Life Coaching channel for absolutely free. If any of these people would have did any of the steps laid out in the dozens of videos on my Black and White playlist, Black and White Life Coaching playlist, which, by the way, at the end of this video, it'll appear in the upper right-hand corner at the end of the video. If you want to go back and check out all the videos from the Black and White Life Coaching channel, they'll be in the playlist, upper right-hand corner, okay? And so I asked myself, if any of these people ever implemented any of the changes, any of the tools, techniques, exercises, if any of these people ever looked at their little guy or their little gal and took control of their little person and loved them and protect them and worked on themselves, and if they felt like nobody loved and cared about them, what if they loved and cared about themselves? What if their sole focus was protecting, loving, and caring for their little guy or their little gal? How would these news stories change? I believe they would change in a positive way. I believe they would change in a very dramatic way where these people's behavior would be dramatically improved, and they would be more um, center focused. They would be more me focused and not on proving to other people how important, how wonderful, and how strong and controlling and how dominant they are to society. So my goal is to help as many people as I possibly can as a life coach, okay, and an author. Um, I've I teach from life experiences, and my ultimate goal is to help as many people as possible not make the news. That is my ultimate goal, is to help people not make the news for a negative or from a negative perspective. Would love for people to, that I work with and that I help to make the news for positive things, changes, helping the community, helping other people, strong leaders, people that love themselves and love their little guys and little gals. Um, that is ultimately the goal that I want to see. But as a life coach, I look at it as my purpose, my mission is to help as many people as possible to not make headline news and to not to show up um, in a negative light in a news story where where the emotions and the anger and the control and the power that they do not have within themselves, um, that those things are not on display, that those things are not acted on, okay, and they show the world really how much pain they're in. And so in this journey, the hero's journey, in this video this Sunday, and I'm going to wrap up here real quick. I want you to look back at the Black and White Life Coaching channel. I would like for you to check out the Black and White Life Coaching playlist in the upper right hand corner at the end of the video, and look at all the videos and all the things that we've covered, all the steps, the tools, the tips, the techniques, all the things that are available here for absolutely free. And ask yourself, if I incorporate all of these things, the ones that feel right to me, the ones that feel correct, the ones that feel like a good fit for me, if I incorporate these things, am I more likely or less likely to avoid being on the news in a negative way and increase the chance of making a difference and showing society that you are one of the people that can be trusted, that you are a leader, that you know who you are, you protect your little guy or your little gal, and that you are a positive person and that you are a benefit to society, not a scar on society. And show the world that you have your pain managed that you can control your pain, you can redirect your pain, and turn pain into pleasure and into a positive lifestyle and into a positive life. So, the message of today's video, as I wrap up, is looking at why all the pain. Find an answer for yourself. When you see these negative news stories and these people doing unimaginable things, ask yourself, how much pain must these people be in? And what can I learn from that? What can I do that would be the opposite approach to what they obviously have decided to do with their lives? So I would encourage you to stay positive, redirect your pain into a positive direction. Please use the tools, techniques, and tips that I give you on this channel for absolutely free to make yourself a stronger, positive human being. Become a leader, become a helper, become a lover, love humanity, love your neighbors, help them. If they're in pain, help them, because all of us, I believe, are responsible for preventing this kind of negative societal breakdown and and denigration, okay, of humanity. So I believe all of us have that responsibility to help other people. So make sure you stay positive. Make sure that you love your little guy, your little gal. Definitely stay on the positive side. Maybe someday you'll be in the news for doing great and amazing things, so others may use you as an example and follow in your example and in your steps. But don't make the news in a negative way. Just don't do it. um, that's just displaying how much pain that you have and how you have no control of it. So that is my message for this Sunday, and I'm going to wrap it up. I want to thank you for joining me on the Black and White Life Coaching channel. Why all the pain? Answer that question. Deal with the pain. Be positive, be strong, and please reach out to other people in your life, in your sphere of influence, that may be in a severe degree of pain. Reach out to them and help them with that pain so that they're not a negative news story. So until next Wednesday, when I do the Wednesday night short, and next Sunday, when we do another video on the Black and White Life Coaching channel, I want to thank you for joining me. And please remember, love and care for yourself. Love, protect, and care for your little guy or your little gal, because they need you more than you can imagine. And until next Sunday, thanks again. Bye for now.